5 workout tips for busy people to get fit without wasting their time in the gym. Prepare yourself for the ultimate time-efficient workout guideline. Tip number 1. Use supersets. This way of training will double your efficiency. Here's how it's done. Let's say you're doing push-ups. They will target your chest and your triceps. Once you're done, instead of resting for a couple of minutes, you go on and do some chin-ups. Now you're training your back and biceps while your chest and triceps are resting. And yeah, this is an advanced training technique, but you can adapt it to your own level simply by picking the right exercises or even by adding some rest time between these supersets. This training technique was even used by Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. I posted a video about that on my Instagram. It got over 1 million views. So let's see exactly how Arnold used supersets.
The muscle responds differently if we do a pushing exercise and a pulling exercise. Always it worked much better when we did a set of bench press and immediately after that went to the chin-up bar and did a set of chin-ups. By that time the pectoral muscle has rested, so now it's time again to go back and to do the bench press. First of all, you train twice as fast, and number 2, it's a better pump. The muscle responds better.
This method is also supported by science. It was even discussed on the Huberman Lab podcast with Dr. Andy Galpin.
You can engage other muscle groups. This is what we call supersetting. So you're doing your bench press, and while that 2-minute clock is running for your chest to rest, you can go over and do your deadlifts. And so, you can kind of move back and forth, and this is how you can make strength training a not 7-hour workout.
Interesting.
Tip number 2, mainly focus on compound movement exercises. These exercises will target multiple muscle groups at the same time. That's why you can get a lot of the work done in a very short time frame. I'm talking about bench press or push-ups, pull-ups or pull-downs, squats and deadlifts, overhead presses, pike push-ups and rows. Mastering these basic compound lifts will play a huge role in developing a strong and good-looking physique. Now, even though your main focus should be on these compound lifts, you still have to do some isolation work as well. And that's when tip number 3 comes into play. Rest poses. This training technique will not just make your workouts very time efficient, it will also give you insane pump. Basically, when you complete the set, you just wait for 10 to 15 seconds and you do it again. Those 10 to 15 seconds will let you recover just enough to do 4 or 5 reps, if even. But the value of these couple of reps will be as much as the whole set. This technique works extremely well specifically for shoulder isolation work. That's because it's going to allow maximal muscle fiber recruitment. So now, it's not just that you're saving hell of a lot of time, you are also building more muscle. Number 4, use drop sets. Pretty much the same principle as rest poses, only now you're not resting 10 to 15 seconds. When you're done, you actually just drop the weight and keep going right away. I would personally use rest poses for isolation exercises and drop sets only for compound lifts. Tip number 5, train harder. Dorian Yates, 6 times Mr. Olympia, did only 1 set per exercise. 1 set. And he had the best physique in the world for 6 years in a row. Why? Because he was training like a maniac. He was going all out during that 1 set.
Bring it! Come on, let's go again! Let's go again, Yates! Scream it in! One more! Strong on the bottom, come on! Come on, keep squeezing! Keep squeezing! There you are!
Now, I'm not saying you should torture yourself like a 6-time Mr. Olympia, but you get the point. Increase the intensity, make sure that you are reaching failure. The harder you train, the less time you can spend training, said Mike Mentzer. And certainly, if you combine all these tips, you'll be able to make maximum results in the gym by spending less than 4 hours a week. So don't allow your busy schedule to stop you from making maximum results, and stay strong.